Welcome to the Personal Finance Podcast for doctors with Meena Shriram and Chanda Varma. This podcast aims to simplify all aspects of personal finance and help you make smart and informed choices about money so that you can live happier and stress-free lives. Today's episode is brought to you by Chanda Varma, who is a financial coach and vice president with the doctor practice at MFA, the only company in India having a dedicated practice for doctors, helping them plan and achieve their financial goals. Established in 2005, MFA is recognized as the most trusted and respected firm in the industry and have built this reputation by always putting their clients' best interest above everything and taking care of their money the way they would do it for their parents or best friends. Over the last 8 years, Chanda Varma has interacted with more than 3,000 doctors and has been a speaker at medical conferences and conducted many financial literacy webinars for doctors. Needless to say, she understands the finer-most nuances of a doctor's financial life. Do listen to this episode, and now over to Chanda.
Hi, this is Chanda Varma, and today I'm going to talk about one of the biggest myths I grew up with when it came to money matters, as would be the case with a lot of you, and that is, financial planning means investing after the CA has taken care of all my taxes. So buying gold, mutual funds, blue chip stocks, insurance policies, property, land. For most of us, having different investments of these types means I've done my bit, I have planned, isn't it? Nothing wrong in that. I thought the same. But I learned the difference between planning and having a bouquet of investment products only after I started working in the financial services industry. If I ask you a question, financial planning किया क्या? What will you say? हाँ, मैंने काफ़ी investments किए हैं. मेरे डैड मुझे हेल्प करते हैं. I have a friend, I have an uncle who's CA or an MBA finance, I have my bank RMs, etc. I've heard this more than 1,000 times, even from my friends and family. When I ask, अच्छा, और इन investments का written plan किधर है? All I get is a blank look. Now let's say you're one of the top executives in a company or you have your own business. Don't you have a daily plan of action, a yearly plan, or even a 3-year growth plan for yourself? Does your company just let you work without a plan and do random activities during the day? Every one of us earns and all of us save. And all of us invest. That's okay. कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. That's not the point. I have met so many people with portfolios like 20 crore, 50 crore, 5 crore, 2 crores. These are CAs. These are doctors, CFOs of big companies, business owners. And all of them know how to manage money, how to invest, and they have enough knowledge. So many of them have said, I have investments, but I don't have a plan you're talking about. Plan of how this money will grow for next 20 years. How will it last me for next 30 years? What is enough for me? How much is enough for me? See, it's easy to understand. All of us know we need to exercise and follow a balanced diet for our health. Asan hai. How many of us are able to do it? Consistently? With discipline? How many of us track our progress? How many of us understand what is it that our body needs? What kind of exercise I need? What kind of diet I need? I have a very dear friend, close to 45 years of age. And he had been on diabetic medicines and BP meds for more than 2 years. Not that he was fat, he didn't look unhealthy, he didn't have bad eating habits. Very active fellow, in fact. And then he started following a plan of diet and exercise, a written plan monitored by specialists. Eating the same things he would earlier but with some alterations, defined proportions suitable for him, alternatives to items he didn't like, etc. And you won't believe it, in a matter of 6 months, he was off his diabetic medicines. And now he's continuing the plan to keep it in control, and that's discipline. Now, if it was so easy, everyone would have been able to follow. None of us would have health issues, isn't it? So we all know eating proteins is good for us, reducing sugar, maida, we should have vitamins, minerals, we should walk. We all know we can do this, we all do it also. But does that mean we are healthy? Or does that mean we have a plan to remain healthy? No, no. Doctors are not able to do this themselves. So is the case with financial planning. Financial planning is not investments. It needs goals, steps, discipline, review, alterations, a financial coach. Your investment products are not a financial plan. Planning is a process. And the output of that process are all these investment products. Now, investments can be different for different people. Just because my colleague or my friend has some stock or some bond or some mutual fund, it does not mean it has to be part of my investment plan. See, it's pretty much like what a doctor does in his practice. When a patient comes to him, does he just prescribe a medicine straight away? No. He follows the process. He understands the patient's history. He checks him out. He runs some tests. He diagnoses. And finally, a treatment plan is prescribed, which needs review, may need changes. And this treatment plan will differ from patient to patient depending upon that person's body, maybe even gender, age, allergies, history, etc. So, financial planning is also about taking any decision about your money. Taking a decision to not do anything with your money is also a financial plan, just not the right way to go about it. So, finally, what should you know when someone talks to you about financial planning? 7 important steps. And let me tell you in brief about these. Step number 1, emergency planning. The thumb rule for you to check here is, do you have 9 to 12 months of your fixed monthly expenses as your emergency plan? This money could be in your savings account or even in your FDs. Step number 2, risk cover. Do you have a term life insurance? Not money back plans, not children's insurance, not pension policy, not endowment policy, but a term cover for life. And is it covered under the MWP Act? Step number 3, goal planning. Whether it is for higher education needs for your kids, whether it is medical support for you, your parents, whether it is for down payment of a house, whether it is to start a business, all these, whatever be the need to have different buckets. These are different goals. And these buckets will define what investments you should be making for which bucket. Step number 4, retirement planning. Planning for the inevitable. This means you need to have a written plan. You need to have number work done for you for how your money is going to last you till age 90 years, irrespective of whether you earn or not, irrespective of the taxes in the economy, the inflation in the economy. We all know that what we can do in 1 lakh today is not what we can do with the same amount of money 10 years down the line, right? So is there a written plan? So you know exactly where you're headed. Are there any gaps? What should you do? Let me give you an example here. I had someone who had a big, nice corpus of 5 crore invested pretty well. But keeping in mind his lifestyle needs and age, the calculation showed that he would use up all his capital by the time he reached 81 years of age. So he hadn't done his financial planning. Step number 5, strategy. This is the part where healthy diet comes in. Just like everyone's life, everyone's attitude in life is different, every patient is different, every strategy will be different. When we just collect and have a hodgepodge of investment products, there is no strategy in it. So many times I've heard people say, oh, when my child will go overseas for education, I'll sell that land I have. I'll be able to fund it. Really? What if you aren't able to sell at the right moment? What if you don't get the right price you're looking for? What if the taxes are huge on sale? This is not strategy. This is luck. Strategy is when a year before your goal comes, you have the money ready, kept away safely, so it's not impacted by any market or economic conditions. Step number 6, annual review. And review does not mean just seeing your money lying there. Your money has gone up or it has gone down. Or saying, I made 50% profit on my Reliance shares. Review is like taking care of your plants. You have to water it regularly. The correct amount of water. Give it the right amount of sunlight. Weed out. Put manure. It's not a fill it, shut it, forget it outlook. Things will change in your personal life or around you. Your investment plan should change accordingly. It's something like a yearly medical test that we all say we need, right? And last but not the least, step number 7, a will. You don't have to wait till age 60, 65 to make a will. You can make a simple basic will because life is uncertain and pandemic has taught us that. A will is important to protect your loved ones. It's nothing to shy away from. So I hope this helps you all the 7 steps of financial planning. Thank you for listening. Take care and God bless.
You were listening to the Personal Finance Podcast for Doctors with Meena Shriram and Chanda Varma. If you find this podcast relevant and interesting, do share it with other doctors as well. It will be great if you leave a review, share, like, and subscribe. You could also let us know if there is any specific topic that you would like us to cover. For any queries or help, you can get in touch with MFA's Doctor Practice Team.